Hi, it's about midnight, May 23rd, 2019, and they are giving me restless leg syndrome, so I'm making more videotapes. Forgive me, I can't stop moving my legs, which is preventing me to sleep, which doesn't allow me to be productive and get anything done. Uh, they've got a number of things they can do with your memory. One of the exercises they play with is short-term memory loss. After processing a thought, they can manipulate your ability to remember temporarily until you either forget it, recreate the thought, or recall something similar or related that assists in recovering the memory. They put you, in essence, into a thought bubble or tunnel that prevents you from seeing your other thoughts. You are not looking at the past nor the future, but stuck in the present, temporarily blind. It does not allow you to remember without some sort of assistance, which I call some sort of memory component, an associated thought that assists in recollection. You can feel yourself and the thought slipping from grasp until you have no recollection or chance of remembering without some sort of assistance. You physically can feel yourself forget the thought temporarily as it remains out of grasp of your awareness. Your head and memory get foggy until your mind is totally blank, in a tunnel or bubble with no ability to see outside. You do not actually totally forget. Rather than undergo a short-term memory loss, which puts you in a foggy tunnel blind to the thought that just occurred. At that point, you either need to forget about trying to remember, recreate the thought completely, or recall something that allows you to recover the thought. Use memory components to recall important thoughts. Otherwise, let the unimportant thoughts go. You have more important things to do than try and remember what you were thinking of 10 seconds, 15 seconds ago. As you go through your day and thoughts sift through your mind, think efficiently. Process, resolve, and then forget. They will be chasing you the entire time. There's a different feeling associated with each of these actions. You can feel your mind in action as it is processing. You feel at peace resolving it, and you forget what is not important. The short-term memory loss is a near-term memory loss of a particular subject, i.e. what you were thinking of. They have the ability to fog your recollection easily. Be careful and be aware of that, because they can play games with you. In the middle of a conversation, you lose your train of thought. It can be embarrassing, frustrating, and scary. However, it's not a permanent loss or erasing of the memory, but a temporary hazy or foggy feeling preventing retention of the memory. In order to remember, you have to recall a particular input or component of the memory in order to bring about full recognition again. For instance, what led up to that revelation. It is not important because when you run across that particular subject again, you recall having thought about it before. Also, you can fail to immediately remember and have to save the unresolved and unfinished thoughts for later. Now, inputting thoughts, memories, can be done as well. I started out with me by trying to verbalize what I was thinking of. And a lot of times they would start talking late. And what I would do at the end of the sentence that they started to verbalize late was put the first 2 to 3 words at the end of what they said for completion. So I had the second half of the sentence being said first and the first half of the sentence being said last. Then I remembered it all in the correct order, as if it was clean for completion. They have the ability to adjust and manipulate and input memories that are very lifelike and real. However, you can feel a difference because you have no recollection of that particular thing in the past or ever having undergone that event in the past. The art of taking an afterthought and moving it into position in a timely fashion in order to end your thought in the proper order. You almost reposition your thoughts in order to, before resolving to move forward to the next phase of thought. The advantage is that you can have more meaningful thoughts because you can incorporate any afterthought organizationally by moving it into place before you finish the entire thought. An afterthought that reorganizes all of your thoughts in the proper order. For example, placing a late thought in the order of development in your brain, including late details in a thought in order to make the original thought more complete or detailed. Temporary abandonment of time in an effort to reorganize a sequence of thoughts in a more logical way. They can use this to tarnish a good memory by reflecting on it in a negative light. You need to be aware of their ability in order to keep them from destroying good memories with a negative or painful taint. Now, altering your memory is another subject that has to do with recollection and memory. It's impossible to genuinely replicate memories if they are not true or did not happen. We just discussed inputting a thought or memory that was very lifelike and real, however, did not occur, and you were able to detect that it was manipulation. Now, again, it's impossible to genuinely replicate memories if they're not true. They can't implant new memories. However, they can instigate a feeling of deja vu similar to a dream. And that's about as close as they can get to altering a memory or inputting a memory. You can replay an occurrence in one's mind and alter or adjust it, but the subject always remembers what really happened. Not only can you physically feel it in your head when they alter it, you're aware of it psychologically when it happens. Their goal is a seamless transition so you can't feel it physically or psychologically. The physical portion may be easier, but the psychological portion is impossible. They may be able to put the thought there physically, but getting you to believe it psychologically is entirely different. They may be able to give you the feeling, but getting you to believe is completely different. And there are long ways away from getting there. Now, we'll talk for a little while on memories and manipulation of memories, and feel a little bit better. So I'm going to try and get some sleep. Thanks for listening. I appreciate it. And I hope all this stuff goes away soon. I'm not getting anything done when I'm up until midnight making videotapes. So, good luck to everyone. Thanks.